Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Horror. Now tonight, because I had so much fun watching Tremors last week, I decided that for tonight we're going to be watching Tremors 2. Now I honestly can't remember the last time I watched Tremors 2. It's been over 15 years. It's been quite a while. So I don't remember a whole lot about this movie. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching that again. Tremors is one of those franchises that's more of a horror comedy, but it's still fun to watch, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows it's not meant to be taken seriously, and I appreciate that. In the kitchen, once again this week, I'm going to be making something I have never made before. We're going to make a beef skillet, and we're going to throw some things together that you really normally wouldn't think of going together, and we're going to see how it turns out. It looked good. So I'm going to try it and hopefully it tastes good. So our movie, Tremors 2. In the kitchen, we're making a beef skillet. I think it'll be a good night, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's go out in the kitchen. Let's cook our food so we can watch our movie. I'll see you out there.
Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen and have ourselves a snack.
Alright everyone, here are the ingredients for our beef skillet. First up, we have noodles, egg noodles. We have mixed vegetables that have been thawing out all day. We have our ground beef, tomato sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I got that right the first try, heck yeah. Italian seasoning, parsley, and chopped up green pepper. So there it is. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the noodles. So we're going to bring this water to a boil. Noodles shouldn't take too long to cook. Let's put a lid on it, get it to a boil here. But yeah, we're going to get this done and out of the way. Alright, before we do that, I forgot, let me put some salt in that water. Can't believe I almost forgot the salt. So we'll stir that up a little bit, like so. Alright, now we'll put the lid on and we'll wait till the water starts boiling so we can start cooking those noodles. Alright, the water's boiling. Oh yeah, she's good to go. Alright, so the water is boiling. We're going to dump our bag of noodles in here, and they shouldn't take too long to cook, maybe a few minutes. I don't even think it'll take 10 minutes, honestly. We'll see, though. So I'm going to keep stirring this just so the noodles don't stick to the bottom of the pot. I hate when noodles stick to the bottom of the pot, man. Let me tell you. It's alright. I'm not going to film the entire cooking of the noodles, so we will be back when they're done. Alright, the noodles are done. The noodles are cooked. So what we'll have to do now is drain that hot boiling water out of the pot. So let's go to the strainer. Alright, I got it set up in the sink here, and we're just going to dump this pot of noodles in here. That'll drain that water out and leave us with just the noodles, like so. And for right now, we are going to put these noodles to the side. We're not going to do anything with them right now until everything else is completely done. So, hard part is done. Alright, now for the actual beef skillet. Got my meat in here. The pan has been heating up for a little while. And I'm not going to add all of these green peppers. We'll do about half, because I don't want there to be too many. So that should be good. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook this meat and the peppers at the same time. So let's go ahead. Alright, we got them cooking now. And you know me. You know me. I have to chop the meat up the entire time it's cooking to make the pieces of meat as small as humanly possible. I cannot stress enough how much I hate huge chunks of meat when it's something like this. So I'm going to chop this up until it's completely cooked, so the meat pieces will be as small as possible. So it shouldn't take too long. Alright, the meat and the peppers are done cooking, and we're going to drain that out. I think that's more from the peppers than from the meat, but we're going to drain that out. Alright, it's been drained. We're good to go with the next step. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, man. That didn't take too long at all. We're going to add our big can of tomato sauce here. And the pan is still hot, so hopefully this doesn't bubble up and shoot up in my face. Yeah. Alright. Now I've got our Italian seasoning going. You see I've added a little bit already. We're going to put in the rest now. But yeah, that sauce is bubbling up. I've had sauce bubble up and smack me in the face. It's not fun, folks, at all. Alright, up next, our parsley. Let me get the right side of it here. It's going to look like a lot of parsley, but it should be alright. Got one more to go here. There we go. There's our parsley. On to the next one. Alright, we've added our Italian seasoning, our parsley, and our Worcestershire sauce. I got it right the second time. Yes, sir. I'm getting used to it now. I'm getting used to saying it. Alright, there's 1 tablespoon. And 1 more tablespoon ought to do it. Alright, so we added 2 tablespoons. Now we got our mixed vegetables. They've been thawing out all day. Apparently that still wasn't long enough. We got a little bit of frost on the green beans. Alright, so we got our mixed vegetables in there. Now what we're going to do is mix this up and let it cook some more. So, doing this one-handed is not easy at all. So we'll be back when it's done. Alright, it's all mixed up, and what I'm going to do is just let this cook for a little while. Kind of let that tomato sauce cook in. It's not going to completely cook into that meat, but it could be a little more than what it is now. So we're back. Alright, I think that is going to do it. Like I said, the sauce wasn't going to completely absorb into the meat and everything, but that's as good as it's going to get. It looks good, smells good. Alright, now as you can see, I've taken it and I've mixed in some of the noodles. I'll probably mix it up a little bit better as soon as I put the camera down. But it looks good. So now that we've got our food, we have to get something to drink. For those of you who have watched any episode of Saturday Night Horror in the past, you know what the drink is. And yes, it's still light outside. I got an early start on the cooking because I've never made this before. Didn't know how long it was going to take. And here we have our mandatory Jurassic Park movie poster shot, of course. I've got to clean those windows, man. Alright, we're getting to the end of the Cokes here.
Never there was fun, there's always Coca-Cola, yeah. Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola.
Alright, for our ice cold, crisp, cool, refreshing, delicious Coca-Cola, we'll say goodbye to the garage for this week. I don't know why I turned the light on, didn't need it. So there we are. There's our dinner. Beef skillet with noodles, ice cold Coke. Alright, so it is later on in the night. We have just one more light to turn off. And there we go. All the lights in the house are off, and we are ready for Tremors 2. Should be a good night. Alright, everyone. The movie is over, and it was a fun night. And there goes Tiger. I thought he was going to be here with me for the second part, but apparently not. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Tremors 2. First of all, the beef skillet. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was missing something. I don't know what it was, but it needed something. I don't think I would make that again. I don't know, I don't think I would make that again, and I should have mixed it in with the noodles to begin with, instead of just keeping them separate, but now I know, and there won't be next time. Hello, Tiger. So anyway, Tremors 2, man. Yeah, apparently I did not remember a single thing from this movie. First movie took place in Pleasant Valley, or Perfection Valley, Nevada, excuse me. Tremors 2 was south of the border. We had the Tremors, the Graboids, in Mexico. Now, it doesn't explain how they got to Mexico, but it does explain exactly how old the Graboids are. Remember the first movie, we never knew where they came from, how long they had been around. In this movie, we find out that the Graboids are older than the dinosaurs, and they are from Earth. So they've been around since before the age of dinosaurs. So it's kind of nice to kind of get that out of the way and finally actually know definitively where these things are from. And we find out they've been here longer than dinosaurs. So awesome. Yeah, so Graboids, south of the border. Don't know how they got there, but in order to kill these Graboids, one of the main characters from Tremors 1 is recruited to come down and kill them and hunt them down. And that is Earl. Not the Kevin Bacon character, but Burt Ward's character. So Earl decides to come down and kill these Graboids for $50,000 apiece. Now come to find out that after the first movie, the Graboids have made national news. People have made tons of money off of them, except for Earl. So poor Earl didn't get any of the money from the Graboids. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm distracted with Tiger down here. So Earl comes down and everything's going smooth at first. He's got a new way of killing the Graboids. He attaches explosives to an RC car, drives the car around, lets the Graboid swallow it, then he sets the explosives off, kills the Graboid. Come to find out, there are a lot more Graboids than they realize. Earl quickly realizes that he's in over his head, and he calls for backup. He calls my favorite character of the series, Bert Gummer, from the first one. Now, Bert was the extreme survivalist / gun enthusiast who had a rec room full of war weapons. So Bert shows up with an army surplus truck full of guns, explosives. He's got double rifles, he's got elephant guns, he's got C4. Bert is pretty much a walking arsenal. And he's also hilarious, played by Michael Gross. So with Bert's help, Earl goes back out on the hunt. They kill more Graboids. And speaking of Earl, before we get any further, now in the first movie, Earl was kind of goofy, just like most of the characters, but he didn't come off as being a dumb person. He knew he had a plan. He knew what he was doing, even though he was kind of goofy. In this movie, it seems like Earl was dumbed down a lot. Earl just, for some reason in this movie, came off as a buffoon. I don't know if his time, I think it was 6 years, this movie took place 6 years after the first one, so I don't know if that's 6 years he just destroyed brain cells or what, but it really seemed like the character of Earl just got dumber as time went on, so it was weird seeing him being like that. So anyway, yeah. After hunting Graboids for a while, we find out that Graboids, Lord help us, are hermaphrodites. Basically, once they eat enough, they reproduce. Now, the Graboids that we know that travel through the dirt, once they reproduce, the offspring bursts through them and kills them, and they come out like giant chicken-looking things, two-legged Graboids that can walk. Yeah, sounds really kind of sounds so weird talking about it, but yeah. So basically the Graboid has evolved into a new form, and Earl and Bert realize that they are in over their heads. Anyway, about the cast, we've talked about Earl and Bert. Earl's dumbed down. Bert was always my favorite. Everyone else in the cast really just, I couldn't care less about them. Bert did have a partner with him before, Earl had a partner with him before Bert showed up. Lord help me, I'm all lost. Came off like a total idiot. I don't know, man. It's just the first movie, most of the cast was likable. I was really rooting for them, but in this second movie, other than Bert and Earl, I couldn't care less about anyone. That's just how it was. But yeah, we We find out the Graboids evolve. They realize they're out of their league. They come up with a half-cocked plan to destroy all of them. It actually works, so... The movie wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as the first one. I don't think any of the Tremor movies are as good as the very first one. Part 3, I remember not being very good at all. Part 4 was enjoyable. Then you had one with... I can't remember what it was called, but the one after Part 4 had the guy, had Malibu's Most Wanted, that guy in it, and it absolutely sucked ass. And I haven't watched anyone after that. So yeah, this movie was not good, not bad. First one was definitely better. And really, that's it, man. I can't really say anything else about it. Hey, Tiger. I'm just out of funk right now. It was something different. New Graboids, new setting, but I don't know, man. The first one was so much better to me. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up now because I really don't know what else to say about it. It's, I would say check it out if you want to see kind of the evolution of the Graboids and where Tremors is heading. But other than that, don't have too much to say. So yeah, I apologize. I'm just kind of not really feeling it today, so definitely not going to be the best episode we've ever done. Oh, Tiger. So with that being said, appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Have an awesome week. And I will see you next week on the next episode, which will not be Tremors 3 of Saturday Night Horror. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care.